What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
My name is Tom Laird. I'm the CEO here at Expivia Interaction Marketing. Expivia is a 600-seat hybrid contact center outsourcer located here in northwestern Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? It's beautiful outside. Love that. I like to give my weather update every episode. It's about 75 here today in Erie, PA. So I don't know. Things are kind of looking up. A lot of things I want to get to today. So first of all, we did our first office hour, right, last week. So every Friday between 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern, we do a LinkedIn Live, which is basically just me hanging out, right? And it's just an AMA for any questions that you may have, something that may arise in your call center, contact center during the week, something that's been just maybe eating at you for a while. Anything that you want to talk to me about. I mean, heck, I was answering questions like what my favorite pizza toppings were. So anything that you really want to ask, talk about what NFTs, talk about that, but mainly focus on contact center questions. The more the merrier. We had probably about 7 or 8 people that showed up without any real marketing on my end. So hopefully I can get the word out a little bit better. We're also going to be having some guests in the coming weeks, some really cool guests like keynote speakers at a lot of the shows that you guys go to. So really excited for that. So again, that's going to happen every single Friday from 1 to 2 o'clock. Advice from a Call Center Geek office hour. I was calling it office hours, but it's only 1. So I want to start the episode by telling you about something I did that's really cool that I would suggest for all of you to do, or at least think about doing. And I had the chance to go to New York City last week and go to VaynerMedia, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's organization. And his group from Vayner, and also the group from Sasha, which is kind of the SMB marketing firm that he has as well. They do what's called a 4Ds marketing deep dive. And basically it's about 6 or 7 other organizations. And we all go to dinner that first night, and then we all meet at the office. And the team from Vayner, the team from Sasha really goes deep into a lot of Web 2 stuff, right? So social media, going through every single platform from Instagram to TikTok to LinkedIn, right? What you should be posting, how much you should be posting. One of the things that really stood out to me, and it's one of the reasons that I've also, hopefully you guys have heard, right? And if not, you'll hear it for the first time here. We're really trying to put a lot of content on our TikTok channel, the Advice from a Call Center Geek TikTok channel, right? And the stat that kind of caught kind of blew me away was they said they can almost guarantee that if you post 3 to 4 TikToks a day for a year, within that year, you should have between 100,000 and 500,000 followers. Now, normally, a lot of us don't really care about followers, but why it's important for business is TikTok will eventually, in the next 24 to 36 months, move more to that kind of stodgy Instagram model. And that's kind of what they're seeing, right? So there's no organic reach on Instagram, right? If you post something on Instagram and you have no followers, really no one's going to see it. If you post things right now on TikTok, you're going to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, sometimes thousands of people that are going to see it. Even stupid contact center content that I'm posting, right? Not stupid, but not the niche of really what you think TikTok is. But that kind of, and basically they said it's the people that are going to have the followers that will then, be able to continue and really exploit the platform, while people are then going to start to come on, and it's going to be very difficult. So again, think about that. No matter what business you're in, whether it's your personal brand, whether it's your business brand, get on TikTok, start that process of developing content. And remember, it doesn't have to be the funny, goofy stuff that you see on TikTok. It doesn't have to be dances. I'm literally posting hardcore contact center content, right? And getting views and getting likes and getting followers. So, think about that as you kind of move down your social journey here in 2022. But so it was really interesting. At the end of it, what we get to do is have a 10-minute conversation with Gary Vee. So he comes in and we basically we talked about the future of customer experience. That was my question. He totally poo-pooed my idea on the virtual reality contact center, said that technology is not going to be available for about another 12 years. I'm still doing it. Kind of maybe prove him wrong. But I think the technology is there at least for proof of concept. So we're continuing to work on that with some developers. But some of the interesting things that he said as well was he talked about how the blockchain is going to make organizations more transparent, going to make our data more transparent in kind of a good way, right? It's going to make it so the interactions with organizations through smart contracts, it's more kind of tied up, right? And you're going to be able to do more things with organizations. So, the NFT space, the virtual reality space, that Web3 space is really going to start to evolve what customer experience is and customer support is. So I wanted to give you my thoughts on this. And I've been thinking about this for a really long time. Where should I be moving my company, and where should the organization and the industry be moving to, in the next, 10, 15 years? And I really truthfully believe that this is how it's going to look in 2030, 2035, right? Where right now we're living in a web 1.0 with the internet, kind of meeting the social media aspect of web 2.0. So basically right now you can go on Amazon.com and you can buy your kid a birthday present. You can then go on your bank, right? Go to bankofamerica.com and you can transfer money. You can, make a deposit. You can then go to your grocery store and go on an app and order food to be picked up or delivered at your house. You can do all that stuff now. So none of that really changes, right? But the experience changes and it's more immersive. And I think it's going to be awesome. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to put on a pair of like glasses like these. It's not going to be those giant things in 10 years. And you're going to be able to have yourself be kind of transported in the metaverse to a store, right? And so that baseball bat that you just bought your kid for his birthday, you're going to be able to go walk down the baseball bat aisle, kind of quote unquote pick it up, look at it, get a real good feel on how long it is. Is your kid going to like it, right? Having that type of experience with a product instead of just looking at that 2D picture on Amazon thinking, I think that should be okay. Next thing is you press a button and you're going to be transported right to your bank, right? And you're literally going to walk into your bank like you would walk into a branch. And you're going to get helped by a teller. That's maybe an avatar, or it's maybe you and me kind of talking like this. You kind of see that now. A lot of drive-throughs are using video, right? So this is just kind of the next evolution of that. And I don't think it's that far of a step away. Then you can, you can go to the grocery store, maybe pick things out. I want that. I want that. I want that. Oh, that's a new product. I think I'd like that. Let me hold that. Let me look at it. The call center and the customer experience centers are going to be the same thing, right? Just like your bank branch, right? To where you can go into there and have your issue solved. Same thing with the call center. So let's say you want to go to a toy company's, you had an issue with a toy the other toy that you bought for your kid, right, for his birthday, and it came and it was broken, right? So now you can go into that organization's customer service center. There's going to be a cool name for it. I haven't really thought about that yet, right? But it's not a call center. It's not a contact center. It's maybe an interaction center, but some type of center that you're going to walk in. You're going to, say, hey, I had a broken toy. And you're going to be able to walk to an office of somebody that's going to be across from you, be able to kind of look at what you're doing through video and say, you know what? Yes, that's an issue. Let me show you how to fix it. Or, hey, we're going to, have that one-on-one relationship and we're going to ship you something else out. Same thing as you're dealing with now. It's just not through voice and a phone, right? It's using the technology that we have to evolve the phone, right? To evolve it into having a relationship and actually be able to talk to another person, another avatar, have really cool, experiences. We always talk about for the virtual reality contact center that we're trying to do, the proof of concept is Again, we work for a toy company to have maybe a teddy bear take you by the hand, right, and walk you to an office. Now, I don't know if in reality, if that's something, if somebody's irritated that they would like, but maybe it is. Maybe it's something that would calm them down, right? And maybe, we talk about being in queue, right? So being in queue now, instead of just waiting, right, and listening to music or getting a callback, a virtual callback, you can go sit and hang out in the office. And maybe there's games, there's movies that you can choose to play that you can watch through your headset. There's virtual reality things that you can play with other people. You can talk to other people. It becomes more social. Again, there's so much to that. I think there's a people element that I'm not thinking through yet, right? Again, if I'm irritated and I'm not happy, am I going to want to go play a game? Maybe not. But I think that there's something that can be there to be that kind of middle ground that maybe would help me calm down or help me with that effort. Self-service can be the same thing, right? Instead of that kind of that IVR, it's an avatar that's right there that you can help. So maybe you go up to a kiosk and just, hey, I'm just going to talk to this avatar really quickly. I don't really need the actual personal experience of having a person avatar, but somebody that's human, right? At least behind the scenes. A lot to that, right? A lot to that. You're going to see NFTs, start to be the way that organizations interact with customers, right? They're going to write smart contracts on what's going to happen with that relationship, right? So, I'm a TV company or a satellite company and again, maybe that's not a good example, but I don't know if they're going to be around in 10 years, but let's just say they are. And basically you move and you do a smart contract that says on the 15th, you promise to be at my house to set up my satellite. If you're here on the 15th, I pay you $300. If you're not here on the 15th, or if it's after 2:00, I pay you $75, right? If you miss the whole day and you're a week later, I get it for free, right? So all these things can happen that are written in the smart contract that just as things happen, they get ticked off, right? You're checked off the smart contract, and that's what really happens in your interaction. So there's so many things with that. We talked about sports tickets and tickets to concerts. That's the easiest. I'm going to VCon, which is the Gary V's NFT Web3 conference next week. And, the ticket is an NFT, right? By a really cool digital artist. That's a piece of art as well. So that can be sold. That can be sold before the show. That can be sold after the show, right? If he becomes super, super famous, all those tickets could be worth a ton of money. There's a lot of nuance to it and some really cool things with that as well. So I'd love to hear your opinion on some of this stuff, right? Where do you think I'm crazy? Do you think that virtual reality, augmented reality, do you think that it's part of our near future? Do you think it's a crazy thing that's happening, way down the road? Where do you see NFTs come into play? That's another thing. I think you are either NFTs are the next thing, or you're crazy. That's a JPEG, and why are you buying it, right? So there's a lot of nuance with that too. I'm going to be doing a lot of this, right? I'm going to try to get a couple really cool guests to come on the podcast when I'm at VCon next week, and try to do something, even if it's in the hotel room, with some really forward thinkers that I think could help. And I want to focus it too, not just on NFTs, but NFTs in the customer experience and the customer service space. So a lot going on. Again, I'm in a little bit of I'm kind of just in my office. I'm normally doing this in like my pretty conference room, but all of this was kind of going through my head. I wanted to kind of get it down into an episode. We have a guest next week, which will be, I don't want to announce yet, but will be very cool. Getting into the Web3, getting into AI in the contact center. So super excited about that. Actually, no, that's the 23rd. So next week will be me, as I'm checking this calendar. Yep. And then the week of the 23rd, we have a guest. So again, I hope I see you guys office hours Friday, 1 to 2 o'clock. Talk to me about it. Tell me how I'm crazy. Tell me how I'm right. Love to hear from all you guys. And I'll talk to you guys next week.